The Death Cure is the third and final novel in the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. It continues the story of Thomas, a teenage boy who finds himself trapped in a mysterious maze with a group of other boys, and their quest to find a cure for the deadly virus known as the Flare that has ravaged the world. The story begins with Thomas and his friends, Newt, Minho, and Teresa, being held captive by Wicked, the organization responsible for creating the maze and conducting experiments on the boys. Wicked informs them that they are immune to the Flare virus and that they hold the key to finding a cure for the disease. Thomas and his friends are reluctant to trust Wicked but decide to cooperate in exchange for their freedom. They are sent on a dangerous mission to retrieve a sample of the virus from the Last City, a fortified stronghold that serves as the last bastion of humanity. The group faces numerous obstacles along the way, including a group of rebels who are fighting against Wicked and the infected Cranks, who are driven insane by the virus. Despite these challenges, Thomas and his friends manage to retrieve the virus sample and return to Wicked. As they analyze the virus, Thomas and his friends discover that Wicked has been manipulating them all along, and that their ultimate goal is not to find a cure for the virus but to use the immune subjects to create a new, superior race of humans. Thomas is horrified by this revelation and decides to rebel against Wicked. With the help of his friends and the rebels, Thomas launches an attack on Wicked's headquarters. The group fights their way through the facility, facing off against Wicked's soldiers and guards. Along the way, they discover that Newt has been infected with the virus and that he is slowly losing his mind. Thomas eventually confronts the leader of Wicked, Ava Page, who reveals that she has a cure for the virus, but it requires the sacrifice of one of the immune subjects. Thomas volunteers himself, and his blood is used to create the cure. In the aftermath of the battle, Thomas and his friends leave Wicked's facility and return to the Last City, where they distribute the cure to the infected population. Newt succumbs to the virus and dies, leaving Thomas devastated. The novel ends with Thomas and his friends reflecting on their journey and looking towards the future. They vow to never forget the sacrifices made along the way and to never let the world forget what happened to them.